I only knew my teacher for 13 years while he was alive. I went through the book this morning and I saw that there are 14 encounters with him of this kind. That's like one a year. And I saw him much more often than that. But these are the ones that stayed with me. And these are the ones around which I decided to base my memoir. Because these are the ones that communicated that sense of abrupt wakefulness that is the hallmark of this particular lineage of teachers. Waking the student up abruptly, compassionately. This tradition is also called crazy wisdom. And Chogyam Trungpa was unquestionably a crazy wisdom teacher, with all that that implies. So the compassion would manifest sometimes in very unexpected and wrathful ways, as well as in very tender ways. So after his death, I began to remember all of these incidents, but I didn't write them down for many, many years. What I did instead was when I would be teaching students at Naropa or Shambhala training or other places, I would find myself naturally telling these stories. So for some people, they've heard these stories a lot. I'd find myself telling these stories as a way of illustrating the Dharma, the teaching of Dharma that I wanted to give. And then I finally realized I should write these stories down. And a good friend of mine encouraged me to write them down and actually made it possible for me to take a leave of absence, an unpaid leave of absence for a year from Naropa 4 years ago. And I went to my cabin in Crestone. My wife Nan and I have a cabin there. It's very quiet. And I was able to go there every weekend from June to August, and in 8 weeks I wrote what turned out to be about 85% of this book. And it just came right through. It was an amazing experience. And then I sort of put it down for a while because I knew it wasn't finished, but I didn't know what else I wanted to write. And then I remembered the few encounters that my father had with Chogyam Trungpa. And then I began thinking about my relationship with my father. And then I began to write a whole other part of the book, which was remembering my relationship with my father and the quality of that connection and the really powerful memories that I had of that also communicated some kind of really deep human truth. So finally I found myself in this situation where it was myself, Chogyam Trungpa here, and my father here, and occasionally the two of them meeting. And I began to realize that the book was about how my relationship with my spiritual teacher healed my relationship with my father. And how in some ways my relationship with my father clarified parts of my relationship with my teacher. And so that's what the book became.